I'm about to do your Taurus love reading for March 2022. And in this Taurus reading, we're going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. Taurus, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Taurus love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking the bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Taurus tarot reading for you. Now, let's get on with this Taurus love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. And I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in March 2022. I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Taurus, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. Now, I do want to say that this is not a personal reading. This is a general reading, collective reading, which means I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I were doing a personal reading for you. Now, if a personal reading with me is something you're interested in, you can find all the information about my personal readings in the description, as well as the first pinned comment right below this video. But this is a general collective reading, which means I'm tapping into the collective energy of a large group of Taurus people that I'm responsible for getting messages for. And that really means that there's no possible way this reading is going to resonate with literally every single Taurus person on the whole planet all at the same time, because not every Taurus person on the whole planet is all going through the exact same situation all at the same time, or experiencing the same exact sets of energy all at the same time. Now, it's also important to keep in mind in general collective readings like this that energies can and do get flipped around backwards from time to time, especially for cross-watchers, which means if you're not a Taurus and you're just watching this Taurus love reading because you're interested in a Taurus and you want to know what's going on between the two of you, I'm totally cool with that. Just keep in mind that especially for cross-watchers, energies are very prone to get flipped around backwards. So you just got to take it as it resonates. Now, regardless of how this reading resonates for you, you should still probably watch the videos for your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus sign, just because they can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And you can find the links to those videos, the info on my personal readings, the different tarot decks I'm using in this reading, information on crystals and orgone pyramids and candles and all kinds of fun, helpful stuff is in the description right below this video. But enough yakking, let's get on with this Taurus love reading today, and let's start by getting one card for what's the mutual point of interest between Taurus and their romantic person of interest. Okay, let's get 3 cards for you, Taurus. What's going on with Taurus as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them in March 2022, please. Let's get 2 more for Taurus, please. Yeah, 1 more. What's going on with Taurus as it relates to their person? Okay, those 2, we'll take them both. Getting an extra card. These 2 came out together, so I'll read those to you together. What's going on with Taurus's romantic person of interest as it relates to Taurus and the connection between them in March 2022, please? Let's get 2 more for Taurus's person of interest. Thank you. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the Page of Cups. So pages are messengers and cups are about love and emotions. So this is news and messages and communications about love and emotions, expressing of feelings. Sometimes this can be an apology, some sort of communicating about love and emotions here. Right under that Page of Cups, we have the 8 of Coins, which is Taurus energy, Virgo energy. This is a card of work. It's about putting in the work on something, putting in the time, effort, and energy on something, or at the very least being willing to put in the work, the time, effort, and energy here. I see what's going on already. I have the Star under that. This is a card of wish fulfillment. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. It's wish fulfillment. It's also a card of healing. It's a card of hope. It's a card of divine guidance here. In a love reading, this can signify that you guys are viewing each other as a gift from the universe, viewing each other as the one for me. Can also be an energy of like trying to heal the connection, having the hope that we can communicate with each other about how we really feel, put in the work on fixing this connection and healing it. This is card 17 of the major arcana. Card 16, the card right before this one, is the Tower. So you don't really get to the star energy without going through a Tower moment of some kind first, where everything came apart, it all came crashing down all around you. When that happens, and there's this abrupt change where nothing's the same as it was yesterday, a lot of times it can be hard to see your way moving forward from there. Well, the star is the guiding light from the universe that shows up after the Tower to light the way for you, so you can see your path moving forward. It's where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. So this is looking to me like communicating about feelings, possibly an apology, being willing to work on this, wanting to work on this and try to heal the connection. That's the overall gist of what it looks like it's going to tell me about in this reading. We'll come back to that more as I go through your energy and as I go through your person's energy to see how it kind of applies here. That usually expands on itself and becomes more clear as we go along. But this mutual point of interest is shared energy that's affecting both of you, Taurus. It's not necessarily going to affect you both exactly the same way, but it is affecting you both. And in March 2022, the mutual point of interest is the Four of Wands. This is Aries energy. This is a card about stability. It's stability of the home life, stability of the family life, stability of the connection between the two of you. These Four Wands represent 1111, which is the number of manifesting. It's about creating the world around you to be in alignment with what your will desires. This is usually a celebration card, a celebration of the home, celebration of the family, or a celebration of the thing you've been trying to manifest actually appearing in the physical reality here. But it's mainly about stability. So let's clarify this. Tell me more about this Four of Wands. Why is that the mutual point of interest between Taurus and their romantic person of interest? Okay, we'll take you. On the bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. This is Leo energy. This is a card of being walled off and defensive about something. It's more about like defending your position on something, or defending your stance on something, or being willing to fight for what it is that you believe in, fight for what it is that you desire, possibly fight for this connection here. Right under that Seven of Wands, we have the Moon. This is Pisces energy. This is a card of fear, worry, anxiety, a feeling of like something being hidden in the dark, something that's not seen, something that you don't quite know about yet. A lot of times this can be fear, worry, and anxiety because you can't see the full path in front of you in terms of how to fight for this connection, in terms of how to fight for this stability, in terms of how to communicate, to put the work in and heal this connection here. Some sort of fear, worry, and anxiety, potentially some secret being kept, something that's not seen, hidden in the dark. Right under that, I do have the Seven of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. I've got a 7, the Moon, and another 7 here. Seven of Swords has got 3 distinct meanings to it. The first one is lying, cheating, stealing, sneaking around behind backs, deceptive behavior. Overall, it's an energy of like trying to get away with something that someone shouldn't have been trying to get away with. That could be what was hidden in the dark. There could have been some sneaky, deceptive stuff going on that wasn't fully out in the open, wasn't seen yet. That could have made one of you walled off and defensive. This could be a case where you have this desire to fight for the connection, to try and get the stability back, to be able to work on that and fix the connection, but you're having some fear and worry and anxiety about whether or not there are still secrets being kept, if there are still things going on behind your back that you're not 100% aware of, possibly worrying if this type of behavior will happen again. Now, that's not the only meaning to the Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. The other meanings are self-preservation. The reason the guy on the card is stealing the swords is because he doesn't want to be hurt by those swords. He doesn't want those swords used against him, so he steals them to make sure that he can't get hurt. So it's an energy of not wanting to be hurt, possibly because there was some sneaky, deceptive bullshit going on at some point in the past that was hidden. Also can be an energy of leaving something behind. He can only carry 5 of those swords, and he's got to leave the other 2 behind. So this can mean any of those things. It can mean all of those things simultaneously here. Something clearly happened because we've got the star. You don't get to the star without the tower. Even though I don't have the tower out here on the table, I know a tower happened between the two of you just because the star is there. But there's definitely an energy of like communicating an apology or communicating emotions about wanting to work on this and heal it, wanting to get the stability back, wanting to fight for it. I think there's just some fear and worry and anxiety about not being hurt again, some fear, worry, and anxiety maybe that someone's going to be left behind, or possibly fear, worry, and anxiety about sneaky, deceptive behavior happening again. To clarify this Four of Wands, I got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Queen of Cups. So the Ace of Pentacles is an opportunity here. This is a practical, tangible opportunity being presented to both of you by the universe. This is the seed that has the potential to grow into the Ten of Pentacles that we all want. That maximum stability, abundance, prosperity, the happy, stable home life that we all want. The combining together of two people or two families and all their assets and resources to build that stable, happy home life. Again, that's mutual point of interest here is stability of the home life, the family life, or the connection. And there's some opportunity here for that. Now, this is not that Ten of Pentacles in and of itself. It just has the potential to get there. It's going to take work. It's going to take time, effort, and energy in order to get there. But it definitely has the potential. But that's the thing about aces. They're potential. You have to grab these and do something with them, or they just represent empty potential. Next, we have the Ten of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden being carried in this connection. It looks like both of you are heavily burdened about something related to the stability of this connection, or some opportunity to get that stability back, an opportunity to fight for this, to put the work in on it. Now, this is also a 10, and 10s represent completion. So this should be the completion of carrying this heavy burden. In other words, this should be the spot or coming up to the spot where this burden can be laid down and you can move forward without it. I think the burden has probably had things stuck. The Hanged Man is Pisces energy of no forward movement, no progress happening, things being stuck right where they are, not moving forward. Now, the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than he normally would, a different point of view than he normally would. And he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment on something. He's trying to figure out how to move forward from here, how to put this burden down, how to leave that behind us and move forward without it. And until that happens, things are kind of stuck. The final card is the Queen of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This represents that there's a lot of love and emotion still between the two of you. There's this desire to give the love and the emotions. This is the most intuitive queen in the deck, though. So I don't know if things are stuck here and not quite yet able to move forward towards like giving the love and emotions to each other. There's a desire to fight for it, but I'm really concerned about this Moon Seven of Swords bit here, because this is probably fear and worry and anxiety that there's going to be some pain involved, fear, worry, and anxiety that there's sneaky, deceptive behavior going on that's being kept secret. I'm not 100% sure. We'll come back to this mutual point of interest, this shared energy that's affecting you both a little bit more as I go through your energy. I'll see how it applies to you. As I go through your person's energy, I'll see how it applies to them. But that's the mutual point of interest. Taurus, your energy in this connection is the Ten of Wands, the Emperor, and these two came out together. We got the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups. Ten of Wands, we just saw this in the shared energy, Sagittarius energy of you carrying a heavy burden here. And it's a 10. This is the spot where you should be able to lay the burden down and move forward without it. So tell me more about this Ten of Wands for Taurus. Why is that here in Taurus's energy in March 2022? Okay. On the bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. This is Gemini energy. Again, fear, worry, and anxiety, kind of like that Moon card. But this is an energy of thinking about something over and over again. I mean, a lot, with all the fear, worry, and anxiety behind your thinking. And doing that to the point that you're actually physically stressing yourself out here. This is a card of someone who doesn't really want to face the situation they're in. It can be a card of mental anguish, a card of sleepless nights, not being able to concentrate. Overall, being very fearful and worried and thinking a lot about something that's stressing you out. That's the burden that you're having. And it's related to this connection. The Two of Cups is Cancer energy. This is a love connection between the two of you. It's I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected. But it is a two, and in tarot, twos represent needing to make a choice here. So you're thinking a lot about a choice in this love connection. Potentially a choice that wasn't yours. Maybe your person had a third party they were sneaking around with. I'm not sure what this Queen of Cups is representing here. I don't know if things are stuck and there's a burden because there was a Cancer involved, or a Pisces or a Scorpio, like a water sign involved that wasn't you. Or if this represents another person that has these qualities of being like very intuitive, being like a loving, mothering, nurturing type energy, someone who's very in touch with their emotions and wants to give love and emotions. I'm not sure if this is telling me that there was a choice that needed to be made between two people here, and that's the burden, that's the thing that you're worried about. When I saw the Moon, which also represents fear, worry, and anxiety, the Seven of Swords was right behind it, so it's possible there was some sneaking around going on behind your back. Possibly with a Cancer, because this is a Cancer card here. The Two of Cups is a Cancer card, and I've got the Chariot right underneath that. Another Cancer energy, Major Arcana Cancer card. This is the fastest moving energy in the deck. It's about using your will to move forward past the problems and challenges, getting past all of that stuff and moving forward very quickly in success and victory. So hopefully this is you being at the stage where you can lay this burden of thinking about it and stressing yourself out about it behind. Lay that down and move past it all and move forward toward what you want, which seems to be getting this connection unstuck, getting the stability of it back, expressing the feelings and communicating about putting in the work on it and trying to heal the situation. To clarify that Ten of Wands, I got the King of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Two of Pentacles. The King of Swords is Gemini or Aquarius energy. This is a decision-making energy. This is someone who's very smart, very logical, very rational, usually reasonable and fair. Someone who's a thinker, though. They're emotionally detached when they make their decisions. They're not consulting their emotions when they decide things. They're not consulting their intuition. They don't care about the emotions or the story behind what's going on. They're only interested in what they can see, what's the truth and the facts of the matter here. Now, this could be representing your person, that your person is that type of an energy that's cold and calculated, and they make their decisions and they're emotionally detached about it, someone who doesn't express emotions to you. It could be that. This could be a piece of your own energy where you're thinking about something very logically and rationally. There is the emotions involved in the background, and you're trying to move forward successfully here. Leave something painful behind, move past something, leave this burden that you're carrying behind. This could be a case where you have all these emotions for this person, but the emotions are stuck behind this burden and this hangman energy of things not moving forward right now. This could be you trying to detach from the emotions and just look at things logically and rationally, trying to not listen to your emotions, trying to push that stuff down and ignore the emotions and just think about it. That could be part of the burden. That could be why you're stuck in your head thinking about something and stressing yourself out. It's because you're not, there's a conflict between your head and your heart, so to speak. Your heart is telling you to do one thing and your head's telling you, well, that's stupid. Why the hell would we do that? Look at what happened. Look what's right in front of you. Look at the truth of the matter. It could be that. Ten of Pentacles is next. This is that, I talked about it when I said this is the seed with the potential to grow into the Ten of Pentacles. The maximum abundance and prosperity, the happy, stable home life that we all want. Like the combining together of two people, two families, all their assets and resources to make that happy, stable home life. Again, mutual energy, stability of the home life, the family life, and the connection. A lot of times when I see this card, it's two people who are either married or who live together, or at the very least we're having serious talks and possibly plans about living together. That could be part of the burden here too. There could have been something sneaky going on in the background. We definitely had something fall apart here because I've got the star here, so that means there was a tower at some point. Next, to clarify the Ten of Wands, we have the Emperor. This is Aries Major Arcana energy. This is usually all four kings rolled up into one person. It's a master manifester type of an energy. This is someone who has all the tools and resources to put together a plan to get what they want, and then to execute the plan to get what they want. This is someone who takes control of a situation, takes charge of a situation. Hopefully this is you trying to take control of the burden. I don't really feel like that's what it is though. This feels more like something that's got the control. We'll find out in a second, because this Emperor is your very next card that I'm going to clarify for you next. The final card to clarify the Ten of Wands is the Two of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. Again, it's a two. Twos are about decisions, choices. This is like an energy of balance, but it's more about trying to maintain your balance or regain your balance once your balance has been thrown off. It's like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of an energy where you're looking at the two options in front of you and weighing the pros and cons and asking questions like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Can we put the work in on this and fix it? Or is this not fixable? It's like going around in circles about it and not really being sure what to choose here, being off balance about it. The rough water in the background represents that your emotions are choppy when it comes to this, which could be why you're trying to not listen to your emotions. Now, sometimes this can be an energy of juggling more than one person. We did see the Moon in the Seven of Swords. I do have a Queen of Cups out here in the shared energy that's affecting you both. Got an energy of you potentially feeling controlled by something. You're definitely off balance trying to make a decision. You're probably burdened by the decision because there is a conflict between your head and your heart, and you're not sure which one to listen to. The next card for you is the Emperor. Again, Aries Major Arcana energy. Putting together a plan to get what you want, executing that plan, an energy of taking control, taking charge of a situation, or someone else is in control and it's affecting you. So tell me more about the Emperor. Why is that here for Taurus in March 2022, please? Okay. This one. Got you. Okay. Try and keep these in the right order here. Bottom of the deck. Five of Wands. This is Leo energy. Fives are conflict, and Wands are about passions and desires. So this is a conflict in your desires, an internal conflict you're having, where a piece of you wants one thing, and another piece of you wants pretty much the opposite thing, and you're having this internal battle of tug of war inside your desires, pulling yourself in multiple different directions at the same time in terms of what it is that you actually want. Next, I've got more Leo energy under that, the Seven of Wands. We've already seen that. This is being walled off and defensive about something. It's also an energy of like trying to defend your position, defend your stance, or fight for what it is that you believe in, fight for what you desire, fight for this connection. I think you're internally conflicted about that. That's probably what this is, this going back and forth about it, going back and forth about what it is that you actually want. Do I want to fight for this, or do I want to put a wall up and protect myself here? And it probably changes from day to day or week to week or even hour to hour, depending on what's going on for you. It feels like definitely at certain points in time, you want to fight for this connection. At certain points in time, I don't know if you do or not. There's the moon. Certain points in time, you have fear, worry, and anxiety about this. You have a feeling like something's being hidden from you, like there's a secret being kept. There's something you can't see or that you don't know about yet. Right under that, I have the Nine of Cups, which is Pisces energy. This is a singles energy. This is about being emotionally single. So I don't feel like you guys are together yet, or back together is what it more feels like. I think there's an energy here of like you trying to put together a plan to get what you want and execute that plan, but then you're going back and forth about what it is that you actually want, what your personal wish fulfillment is. And I've got the Star right underneath that. So the Star is also here in the overall energy, healing, hope, like having the hope this can be healed. This is the guiding light from the universe that lights your path after a tower happens. So there, again, definitely been a tower. I think when we get under the surface of all of this, like on the surface, you've got this internal conflict about whether or not you want to fight for it. And then you've got the fear and worry and anxiety. But once you get below the surface of that fear, worry, and anxiety that's got you conflicted, I see your true wish fulfillment. Looks like healing the connection. And then we have the Three of Cups, which is Cancer energy of reconciliation. It's about being reunited and celebrating. And now, once I get deeper under that, I see why you're internally conflicted and why you have the moon here and having the fear and worry and anxiety about doing this. It's because there's that damn Seven of Swords again, Aquarius energy, like the deceptive behavior, the lying, the cheating, the stealing, the secrets that were being kept, and you not wanting to be hurt anymore. Okay, makes good sense. Which now is making sense again why I'm seeing the Emperor and the King of Swords. It's like you're trying to keep your emotions at bay. At times you're listening to your emotions, and at times you're just like, no, emotions, shut up. I'm going to look at what I saw, and what I saw was no good. That's why things are still stuck. That's the burden you're carrying. That's the piece that's controlling what goes on here, but it's also you trying to fight for control of that internal conflict, trying to be able to fight for what it is that you want, to be able to fight through the fear. At least still having hope, though. To clarify the Emperor, I have the World, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, Justice, and the Hierophant. The World is the final card of the major arcana. This represents the ending of one cycle and at the same time the beginning of a beautiful new cycle. In terms of zodiac signs, this represents the four fixed signs: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. So it's like you're trying to take control of the situation and put an end to the cycle that's currently going on. This cycle of you being under this heavy burden and being under this internal conflict here, having the fear and the worry and the anxiety and this burden of everything being stuck and being unsure about what to do here. You're wanting that cycle to end and a new cycle to begin. And it looks to me like the cycle you want to begin is healing the connection and reconciling and putting it back together. But I think at the same time, you're also afraid that there's going to be yet another cycle begin of more deceptiveness, which is probably why you're setting some boundaries here and still being kind of walled off and defensive and unsure about what to do in terms of this Page of Pentacles here. This is news, messages, communications about some practical, tangible opportunity. He's carrying the Ace of Pentacles, that opportunity, the seed with the potential to turn into the Ten of Pentacles here. Like I said, though, it's not the Ten of Pentacles. It's going to require work, time, effort, and energy to get there. And that seems burdensome and stuck. But this Page of Pentacles represents that communications and messages about that opportunity. It also represents planning for the future. planning for the future where one cycle ends and a new cycle begins, and you're internally conflicted about what that's actually going to represent. Is this an end of a cycle of our connection together and I'm going to begin a new cycle by myself, or is this an end of a cycle of the way things were and the beginning of a new cycle where we are planning for a future together? I think deep down that's what you actually want, because I've got the Four of Pentacles here, Capricorn energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Then I have Justice, the Libra Major Arcana card. It's the most powerful card of balance in the tarot deck. It's about doing the right thing, the fair thing, the just thing. The sword in that card is used to sever something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. I've seen a lot of shit that's not quite in balance here, and including you. You're off balance because of what happened. You're carrying a burden that's got you off balance. This being stuck is off balance. All that Moon and Nine of Swords, fear, worry, and anxiety. The Seven of Swords that I've seen a couple of times. There's definitely something unjust that has occurred here, and there's a need to have justice for it, a need to balance that out, to sever that stuff so that what's supposed to happen can actually happen. So you're holding on tightly to this idea of being able to balance it out, being able to put the work in on it and heal this connection. Then I've got the Hierophant, Taurus Major Arcana energy. This is a card of commitment. It's about taking things to the next level. It's about being in a committed relationship. This is oftentimes a marriage card. The Four of Wands is often an engagement or marriage card as well. And I said about the Ten of Pentacles, for me, a lot of times this is a married couple that lives together, or two people who are in a committed connection enough to where they're living together, or at least enough to where there's been talk and plans about living together. And right next to that Ten of Pentacles on the table is this energy of planning for the future. So I don't know if you guys actually were married when all of this went on and the marriage is kind of stuck and that's the burden you're carrying, or if there was talk of an engagement, talk of being committed to the point of living together, and there's this need to balance that back out because you don't want to let go of that or those plans that were made. Definitely an energy of you trying to be in control of that, but feeling more like you're being controlled by it. I'm feeling the drain of this burden that you're carrying. I'm not tired at all. I've had plenty of coffee, but I keep feeling like I'm fighting off a yawn, which I wasn't doing at the beginning, and now that we're getting into this part of it, I'm feeling it. The final card for you, Taurus, for March 2022 actually was two at the same time. I got the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups, both of which are Cancer energy. Again, and look what just got knocked off on the floor. The Hierophant, the commitment here. I said Cancer energy. I immediately felt pulled back to this Queen of Cups, and that's when the Hierophant falls off on the floor. Queen of Cups is Cancer energy here. So I'm wondering if that was the third party. This Two of Cups, again, is a love connection between the two of you. It's I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected, but it's a two, and twos are about choices here. A choice in a love connection, a choice between two people, two different people. Oh, damn. I just noticed something in your person's energy. We'll get to that in a minute, though. This Four of Cups is emotional discontentment. It's you not being happy with the three cups that you've got here. So much so that you keep daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that you believe will lead you to your happiness and fulfillment. A lot of times this will represent that there is a love offer on the table between the two of you already, and it just hasn't been accepted or rejected. Like this, the love offer's been communicated, it just hasn't had anything done with it yet. Sometimes this can be about you contemplating making a love offer to your person and you haven't done so yet, possibly because of this internal conflict or a fear of getting hurt or feeling like this hasn't been balanced out yet, or because there's a choice that needs to be made between two different people here, you and possibly this other energy here. This could be you not being happy with 3 cups. We've seen the 3 of cups twice, which is an energy of being reunited and celebrating, reconciling. Could be that you've got that on the table in front of you, this opportunity to reconcile, but the burden is that you can't stop thinking about what you saw, what you found out, what was hidden in the dark from you. Could be any of those things. So let me clarify this. Tell me more about the 2 of cups, 4 of cups for Taurus. Why is that here for Taurus in March 2022, please? Okay. Okay. Wow. There was a card sticking up and I just pushed it down. It was the 3 of Swords. Heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. On the bottom of the deck, the 5 of Swords, Aquarius energy. 5s are conflict again. We just saw 5 of Wands on the bottom, a conflict in your desires. This is a conflict in communications. This is like bickering, fighting, arguing, bitter words being spoken, words being used like weapons, tongues being used like swords to cut somebody. This is sometimes just a very mentally and psychologically painful situation, a mentally and psychologically painful event happening. This is usually a breakup type of an energy here. It can be an energy of someone having a winning at all costs type of a mentality. In other words, I'm going to get what I want, and if you happen to get hurt in the process of me getting what I want, that's tough shit. That's your problem. I'm getting what I want. I think that's what you went through. That's part of the burden that you're still carrying and why this is stuck. I said when I saw the Justice card, something unjust happened. I know we've seen a tower at some point in your connection here because I've seen the star several times. This painful mental and psychological pain. In the 7 of Swords that we've seen, like when I described it as not wanting to be hurt, and that's why he's stealing the swords so that they don't hurt him. He's stealing 5 swords. This painful situation is the 5 swords that are being stolen. And it's so weird because there are 2 swords left when he does that. Center card in your person's energy is the 2 of Swords. Right under that 5 of Swords is the 9 of Swords, Gemini energy. Thinking about something a lot with a bunch of fear, worry, and anxiety behind your thoughts, and doing that to the point that you're stressed out. You're stressing out about this painful situation that happened. This is mental anguish. Not wanting to look at the situation in front of you because it's that painful. That's what landed you here in this Virgo energy of the 9 of Pentacles. This is singles energy. This is with you or without you or in spite of you. I'm single and abundant and prosperous in my own right. I'm self-sufficient. I don't need somebody to physically take care of me. I don't need somebody to financially take care of me. I can do all that on my own. Now, this does not mean that you want to be single. That, in fact, could be part of what you're emotionally discontent about, is the fact that you're single and that there's still a connection between the two of you, just some sort of a choice needing to be made about it. You're single right now, and I don't think that you want to be. Right under that's the 10 of Cups, Pisces energy. This is the happy fairy tale love connection that we all want, that happy fairy tale ending. It's pretty much the counterpart to this 10 of Pentacles. This is most people's goal in the physical reality. This is most people's goal in terms of love and emotions and relationships. It's the 2 people who are together in a happy, committed relationship where they're both completely in love with each other. But you're single right now. I've got 2 9s in a row here. Stressing out about some painful thing that happened. To clarify this 2 of Cups and 4 of Cups, I got 5 cards. I got the 2 of Cups again, the Ace of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the the Sun, and the Lovers. Now, the first thing I notice is the Two of Cups and the Lovers. This is a major arcana card. This is the minor arcana version of that, and that's surrounding all of these clarifiers. But I'm clarifying the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups, and I get the Two of Cups as a clarifier. Anytime I'm clarifying a card and I get the same card as the clarifier, that's the universe going, dude, I'm telling you, this is a love connection between these two, but there's also a choice that needs to be made about this connection. And right now, I don't think the choice has been made. There's still a cup hanging here in the air, having nothing being done about it. The very next card after this Two of Cups is the Ace of Cups. That's this cup that's hanging here in the air that has nothing done about it. But what's concerning to me is we're going from the Two of Cups twice down to the One. Now, this could be going backwards here and being by yourself, filling your own cup up. This could be a new beginning in love and emotions. Like, we've got this decision that needs to be made, and the decision that we're trying to make here has something to do with this cup that's hanging in the air. Is this going to be accepted or rejected? Are we going to be able to get the stability of this back, or are we not? Can we balance out this commitment that we've got? Because it looks like you don't want to let go of it. You want to hold on tightly to it. So hopefully this is a new beginning in love and emotions, as in you filling the cup back up, starting this connection back over at square one in terms of emotions. This could be that you're wanting a decision to be made where there's two people that your person has to choose between, and you're wanting them to pick one. I do have the King of Pentacles here. This is Virgo energy. This is someone who's usually very stable and abundant and prosperous in terms of the physical reality, in terms of the money and finances. A lot of times this can be a business owner or someone who owns their own business, or an independent contractor, or someone who works in a manager role in a business that has some authority in a business. Usually though, it's somebody very stable financially. This is one half of the two people who work together as equals to build this Ten of Pentacles. Now, a lot of times, for me, it's not just the cards that are on the table that convey a meaning to me. It's the cards that are absent from the table that convey a meaning to me. I got half of the equation here. The other half is the Queen of Pentacles. And I don't see her out here. So again, that's another way of it telling me. I did see the Nine of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck here, where you're fearful and worried about the painful situation and the fact that you're single when you want the happy fairy tale ending. Still, this is telling me singles energy here. There's not both of the counterparts out here, which is why this Ten of Pentacles is off balance, why there's a need to control it, or there is something controlling it and making it off balance. I think this is probably your person and how you're viewing them. Like they're the half that you need to build this Ten of Pentacles to get to your happiness. The Sun is Leo energy. This is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. Hard to get a better card than the Sun. So this is telling me that at least a piece of you is viewing your person as a source of happiness. You're viewing them as like the sunshine that lights up your life. But then I did see that internal conflict where another piece of you feels like, man, they hurt me. Man, they snuck around and did stuff behind my back. There were secrets being kept that I didn't know about it. And that's got me burdened and all off balance. Again, that's another meaning for the Sun. We saw the Moon a couple of times where something was being hidden in the dark. This is illumination. It shines the light into the dark and illuminates it. And now you can see what was being hidden in the dark. It's possible that's what's going on here too. The very next card is the Lovers. This is divine counterparts, divine feminine, divine masculine. It's Gemini energy. This is divine counterparts, a powerful love connection. This is two people who are probably supposed to be together. Again, it's the major arcana version of this Two of Cups. A long time ago, though, before this was called the Lovers, it was called the Choice. So a lot of times this will represent a choice in a love connection or a choice between lovers. And I keep feeling that. I keep feeling like there's something that ain't right here. I think there's another cup out there that you can't quite stop thinking about. I think your person had another cup, and that's what caused the painful situation. That's what caused the tower that's actually not on the table, but it's here because I've got the star here, and I've seen it in the bottom of the deck as I've been clarifying your energy. Well, that's your energy in this connection in March 2022, Taurus. Let me scoot this over a little bit and get us some more room. And I will take a look at your person's energy next. In their energy, Knight of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Lovers. So again, this has the potential like to look good, but something is clearly not quite right here. This Knight of Wands is the second fastest knight in the deck. It's about rushing forward and taking rapid, passionate action towards something they have a lot of passionate desire for. The part that's tripping me out a little bit is sometimes this is referred to as the player of the tarot deck. It can be a wishy-washy energy, back and forth, in and out, shifting loyalties, can't stay in one place for too long. This can be someone who rushes in all passionately and gets what they want, and then rushes out somewhere else just as passionately and gets what they want there. Kind of like trying to play both sides of the fence, being a player. Tell me about this Knight of Wands. Why is that here for Taurus's romantic person of interest, please? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. Pisces energy. This is sometimes a card of wish fulfillment, but this is also a singles energy. This is like emotionally single. The star right under that. So again, more evidence that there has been a tower. It's probably tied to this wishy-washy in and out type of an energy that your person has here. Possibly them acting as if they were single when they weren't. Again, though, this is hope, healing, having the hope the connection can be healed. Could be that their wish fulfillment is healing the connection. Three of Cups, Cancer energy of being reunited and celebrating. Although, another meaning to that card is a third-party love scenario, because we got 3 cups of love in the picture here. I couldn't really shake that feeling on your side of the table. Seven of Wands, being defensive about something. This can be like defending against accusations of having the third cup of love. This could be them being willing to defend their position or their stance on it, or even being willing to fight for the connection, because it would be their wish fulfillment to heal it and reconcile it. To clarify that Nine of Wands, I have the Five of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. Again, fives are conflict. We saw this on your side. Conflict in the desires. A piece of them wants to heal the connection. Another piece of them is pulling in the opposite direction of that, going back and forth about it, playing tug of war in terms of what it is that they want. Again, this is a shifty energy that can't stay in one place, can't make up its mind, can't keep its mind made up. Going back and forth on that. Next we have the Eight of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy of work. Putting in the work, putting in the time, effort, and energy, or being willing to do that. It's entirely possible that they're going back and forth, and one minute they want to put the work in on it, and the next minute they don't. They change their mind. Again, the overall energy here is communication about this Eight of Pentacles, putting in the work on it, being able to work on it and heal it and put it back together. Now, it could be they're internally conflicted too, because they don't know what you're going to say. Again, here I am Getting the yawns again. Not tired at all, but I'm feeling like just the emotional suck of all of this. Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. This is the card of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between you. This is a deep emotional connection between the two of you. It can even represent someone from the past making a comeback or putting in the work with someone from the past. Now, if you guys are split up, you could qualify as the someone from the past. Could also be that this person is a player, and while a piece of their wish fulfillment is to heal this, this is also a card of wish fulfillment. So 2 cards in a row of wish fulfillment. It could be that their actual wish fulfillment below the surface is to have that 3rd cup of love, and they're conflicted about whether they want to put the work in on this. Maybe they're torn between you from the past because you guys have clearly broken up, or this other person who they were with could also be someone from their past. This is kind of confusing energy right here with your person because they're all over the place. The next card in their energy is more than being all over the place. The 2 of Swords. This is Libra energy of a decision needing to be made, only it's not being made, either because they don't have enough information to make the decision, or there's something they can't see, hence the blindfold, or there's something they don't want to look at, and that's stopping them from making the decision. Now, it could be that the decision's not even theirs to make. It could be your decision to make. It could be they've already offered a cup of love to you. They've already communicated that they're willing to put the work in on this to try and fix this. And that cup of love could be here on the table already, and it's already been offered, and you just haven't accepted it or rejected it yet. You could be still going back and forth about whether or not you can accept this or not, because it's been a burden to you. I'm not sure. So tell me more about this 2 of Swords. Why is the 2 of Swords here for Taurus's person in March 2022? Let's get one more on that 2 of Swords, please. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. I've got the 8 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles out here. That's all the Virgo minor arcana cards. I have the Virgo court card out here. The only Virgo card in the whole deck that I'm missing right now is the Hermit. Got a lot of Virgo out here. Sagittarius a couple of times. I've set Gemini several times. I've got a few Aries cards out here. A couple Capricorn. Cancer quite a bit. I've said Leo a few times. Libra a couple of times. You could be dealing with any of those signs. This is general collective reading, so it's going to be almost impossible for me to pin down exactly who you're dealing with personally, because I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person. I'm tapping into collective energy right now, so I'm just calling out all the ones that kind of stick out to me in case they have any meaning for you. But this 9 of Pentacles is Virgo energy of being single. We just saw the 9 of Cups on the bottom being single emotionally. This is them being single physically. Or at least they were acting that way. I don't think they still want to be single. Got the 10 of Cups right under that again. I've seen that twice now. So this is the happy fairy tale ending, the happy fairy tale love connection. Pisces energy of like 2 people who were together and fully in love. Under that's the 9 of Swords, Gemini energy of thinking about that a lot with a bunch of fear, worry, and anxiety behind the thoughts and being stressed out about it. About the Page of Cups. This can represent an apology. Again, the Page of Cups is the overall energy of the whole reading. Expressing of emotions, communications about feelings, love offer. I think they can't decide and they're internally conflicted about even coming forward with it because of that Five of Swords, that painful situation. Aquarius energy, mentally and psychologically painful thing. They could have done something stupid and caused a big painful situation. That's why they're single, and that's why they're worried about if they can get the Ten of Cups back with you. They're worried about whether they can even approach you and try to talk about how they feel because of how much they hurt you. I think that's part of the burden that they're carrying. I think they want an opportunity here to be able to talk to you, to be able to try and patch this up and get the stability to this back. But I think at the same time, they realize how much of a burden they put on you, and it's their actions that got things stuck. Yeah, right under that Five of Swords is judgment. This is passing your own final verdict and judgment. It's a final decision being made. I'm clarifying a card about a decision needing to be made that hasn't been made. I don't necessarily believe it's your person's decision. I think it's your decision, and they're afraid of, because of the pain they put you through, what your judgment is going to be. This is usually a decision about, are we going to call this dead and over with, or can we resurrect this? Can we bring it back to life, call it back from the dead, and transform it in a way that it's not going to be the same again? And there's the card said I was missing, the Hermit, the Virgo Major Arcana card. This is a card of withdrawal, isolation. It's about going inside to do some soul searching, some deep inner reflection, some deep contemplation, trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. This is a lot of times this will represent that communication went silent between you for a while, or at least dramatically lessened compared to what it was. This is also not an energy that someone voluntarily chooses to go into. This is an energy that you're forced into. What usually forces you into it, there's 3 or 4 things that could force you into that. The Tower being one, the Ten of Swords being one, the Five of Swords, possibly the Seven of Swords. Any of those things can put you into hermit mode. Or a decision that's painful, that doesn't go the way they want it to, can put them in hermit mode. I think this is them trying to figure out what to do about you making the decision. I've got a Queen of Swords under that. That's the counterpart to that King of Swords that showed up in your energy here as your first clarifier. That the King and the Queen of Swords are a little different than the King and the Queen. But usually when you see a King and a Queen of Cups or Wands or Pentacles, that means 2 people that are probably supposed to be together. In the case of the Swords, this is 2 people who used to be together. The Queen of Swords is about speaking the truth and cutting off the things and people that don't serve you, that aren't in your best interest. This is usually about severing a connection here. And I think your person's in hermit mode trying to figure out what to do, because the judgment that you passed based on their bullshit that they did, it forced them into hermit mode to do some deep contemplation about it. And it looks like they've been spending a lot of time thinking about the past, being single and not really digging it. So I think that's the decision that needs made that hasn't been made. It's probably your decision about what to do about this, what to do about the cup of love they offered, this opportunity to work on everything. I think what's got this stuck in terms of getting the stability of the home life, the family life, and the connection between you back, there's an opportunity they've probably offered you, but you're so burdened by what happened that things are still stuck. And this is either you still having a lot of love and emotions behind everything being stuck, and you just haven't gotten to the point where it can be unstuck yet, or this is that other person. Not 100% sure which, but to clarify this Two of Swords decision not being made, I got the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, and Death. All 3 of these are major arcana cards. So this decision has a lot of importance here. This decision has a lot of energy behind it, a lot of powerful energy behind it, and it's more telling me again that they're not in control of the decision. This wheel of fortune is divine timing. It's the wheel of fate. It's the wheel of destiny. So this can be a fated event. This can be a change in the luck and fortune of the connection. This is sometimes the universe turning the wheel in the background, making sure things line up the way they're supposed to, so that what's supposed to happen actually happens. But most often for me, this is like, what's going to happen is going to happen. There really ain't shit your person can do about it. They have no control over this decision. They've kind of set some things in motion that have created this scenario. And what's supposed to happen is going to happen when it's supposed to happen. Next we have the Chariot. Now this could be them like waiting and waiting on a decision to be made and feeling like, how long is this going to take? When they want it to be this super fast speed. This is the fastest energy in the deck. Again, this is Cancer Major Arcana energy. I keep getting pulled back to this Queen of Cups. I'm feeling like this has multiple meanings. I'm feeling like this is the love and emotions that you have for each other still. Behind this all being stuck and burdensome, there's still a lot of love and emotions. But I'm also feeling like if there was a third party here, it might have been a Cancer. This is about using the will to move forward past the problems and challenges, past the things that have it all stuck, using the will to get past that and moving forward very quickly in success and victory. I think that's what your person wants to do, and this just isn't really going that fast because they're not the one that has the decision power here. I think ultimately, though, it's a decision about death. This is Scorpio energy. This is something dying, potentially something dying and falling away so that it can be replaced by something better. This can be sometimes a painful transformation process where like you come into it and you come out of it better than you were when you went in, kind of like the way a caterpillar, when it goes into a cocoon, it comes out as a beautiful butterfly. But while it was in that cocoon, it wasn't having fun. It wasn't having a party. It was going through a very painful death. The caterpillar was dying and being transformed into something better. So this could be that type of a situation here. This could be your person wanting a decision to be made about whether or not this is dead. Can we fix this? Can we get a change in the luck and fortune here and move past all these problems? Hopefully resurrect this. The final card in your person's energy for March 2022, Taurus, the Lovers, Gemini energy. I've seen this already. It was your last clarifier. It's your person's last card. This is divine counterparts. This is a powerful love connection. Two people that are probably supposed to be together. But like I said, a long time ago, before it was called the Lovers, it was called the Choice. So it can represent a choice in a connection. It can represent a choice between lovers. I do have a decision needing to be made here, not being made. Could be a choice in the connection. I've got the Two of Cups twice on your side of the table. A choice in the connection, or a choice related to the connection, or again, a choice between two people. Could be either of those things. Tell me more about the Lovers, please. Why is the Lovers here? Or is this person? On the bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. This is Pisces energy again. Seen it before. Wish fulfillment. It's also a singles energy, emotionally single. They don't want to be. I got the Strength card right under that. This is Leo Major Arcana energy. This is a card that always tells me your person's going through a very difficult situation right now. It's requiring them to dig down deep and tap into their internal strength in order to even make it through this. I think their wish fulfillment is to have this love connection with you back. They don't want it to be dead. They want to get past it being dead, have a change there, get this unstuck. And it's hard for them because they don't want to be single. Leo or Sagittarius energy of the King of Wands here. They know exactly what they want, and they want to go after what they want. They don't want to take no for an answer. Seven of Cups, Scorpio energy, options and choices and confusion about the options and choices. There's a lot of different ways this situation could play itself out, and they don't want to make a mistake here, and they're confused about what to do. To clarify the Lovers for them: Five of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. This Five of Pentacles is Taurus energy. Again, fives are conflict. This is a card of abandonment. It's about being abandoned, about being cast aside, about being left out in the cold. Sometimes this is an energy of them feeling like maybe they're not good enough. This is definitely a breakup card. And I don't think that's what they want. The very next card here is the Four of Cups, which was also, you got two cards for your last card, the Two of Cups and the Four of Cups. So mirroring going on again. This is emotional discontentment. Your person's not happy with what they have right now. So much so they keep daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that they believe is going to bring emotional happiness to them. It's going to bring their wish fulfillment to them. They're not happy. It's hard getting through this situation here because they're not happy with the breakup that has happened between the two of you. Now, this can also mean that there's a love offer on the table right now between the two of you, and it hasn't been accepted or rejected yet. That could be what this decision is that they don't seem to have any power to make is about. They could have offered an apology to you. They could have offered their cup of love to you in this Page of Cups. They could have communicated their feelings about this, and offered to put the work in on this, offered to heal this, and fix the situation, try to get past this death that occurred in this connection, try to change things, turn it all back around. Again, I got to put the work in on it here. Them thinking a lot about the past. This could be them thinking about making the love offer to you if they haven't already, and feeling like they're going to get rejected if they do, and that could be why they haven't made the love offer if they haven't. It could be the fact that they've made the love offer, they're expecting a choice, they're believing that this is a powerful love connection between the two of you, and the fact that they haven't gotten an answer yet could be making them feel like they're rejected, they're not going to get the answer that they want. It could be that. Got the Queen of Pentacles here. Now earlier I said sometimes it's not just the cards on the table that tell me something, it's what's not on the table that tells me something. And I said when I had the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles out here, I've got half of the equation. I've got half of the equation that builds this maximum stability and the combining together of two people to make, one unit to make that happy home life. But I was missing the Queen of Pentacles. Now I've got it out here on the table too. So they are definitely viewing you as counterparts. They're viewing you as the other half to this. That's crazy because this King of Pentacles is in the same column as the Lovers for you. And here the Queen of Pentacles is in the same column as the Lovers for them. So again, more mirroring going on here. This is who you build your home life around. This is who you build your family around. This is the loving, mothering, nurturing energy. It manages the assets and resources of the home and the family. And I think that's what your person's wanting, is because you guys are on opposite sides of the table right here. I don't think you're together at all. And I think that's your person's looking for an opportunity here to restabilize this connection, to restabilize your home and your family life. I don't know if you guys are married. A lot of times the King and the Queen of Pentacles will represent a married couple or people who are living together or planning to be married. Definitely like a committed connection. And when I've got the Hierophant, a card of marriage, and the Four of Wands, which is a card of celebrations in the home, which can include engagements and weddings, and I've got the Ten of Pentacles out here. This could be a case where you guys are married and separated right now, and trying to get back together, or trying to get past the burdens that have everything stuck in terms of getting back together, it feels like the decision is not your person's. It feels like it's yours, Taurus. But their final card to clarify the lovers is the Nine of Wands, Sagittarius energy, being walled off and defensive. Now, this is also a card of healing, though. This is the wounded warrior, and he's been hurt, hence the wall he's built around himself. The wall's there as a defense mechanism to try and protect him from getting hurt. He doesn't want to be hurt again, doesn't want to be hurt anymore, wants to heal so he can get his energy right and make the next step in his journey. This can also represent that there is a wall between the two of you. I do have this Ten of Wands, which is also the first card in your energy. The first card is always the most important card for you. It's the burden that you've been carrying here, which the burden is what has things stuck, or the burden is because things are stuck. The burden could be because this wall is in the way. The first card in your person's energy was this Knight of Wands, which is back and forth, in and out, wishy-washy player kind of an energy. Could be what caused the burden and things to get stuck. It could be why there is a wall in the way, because they hurt you, and now there's a wall in the way that's led to the breakup even. And ultimately, though, what it looks to me like your person wants is for you to make a decision to turn this around, so that we can get past it all and move forward past the death that happened here. And they want to get back together with you. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Taurus love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.